We're back with our mock draft tracker brought to you by Crestron. I'm John Schmeelk. He's Paul Dottino. We're a couple weeks away from the NFL Combine, just over 2 months away from the 2024 NFL Draft. We have a 3-round mock from Chad Reeder from NFL.com today. And Paul, a different name for the Giants at 6th overall, Jared Verse, the very, very experienced, strong, and productive edge rusher out of Florida State.
Yeah, had almost 10 sacks this past year with the Seminoles. Remember, first 2 years at FCS over at Albany, then he goes to Florida State. So all of that extra experience has allowed him to develop. He's very mature, and he certainly has a toolbox. A lot of second moves, third moves, and a whole wide variety of things that he can do to an offensive lineman. I wrote that he's got a great motor and a great get-off. Not the best against the run right now. He is more of an edge rusher. As we always know, those guys tend to slack a little bit against the run, but he is very strong.
Very powerful, a lot of bull rushes, and he closed a couple of Florida State wins this year. Seminoles had an undefeated year in college football this year until their bowl game, and he closed a lot of those games with some big plays in the fourth quarter. 2 picks for the Giants in the second round. First, the 39th overall, Jonathan Brooks, the running back out of Texas. The big asterisk for him, Paul, tore his ACL late in the year.
Missed the last 4 games of the season. On total for the Texas club, 240 carries, over 6 yards a carry, and 16 touchdowns in only 22 games. Why? Because he didn't play so much until last year. He was deeper on the depth chart.
Bijan Robinson, Roschon Johnson, pretty good.
Okay, so you have a guy who doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on his tires, but also at the same time, you got to worry about the fact that he hasn't had a lot of games in the biggest spotlight, and you don't know how durable he's going to be.
With Saquon Barkley's free agency status, obviously Chad there taking a look at the future, perhaps the Giants trying to address the running back position in the draft. Let's go to their second round pick. Pardon me. This is the pick the Giants got back from the Seahawks in the Leonard Williams trade. Chad has them selecting Jaden Hicks, Paul, a bigger-bodied 6'3", 212-pound safety out of Washington State.
Yeah, you're talking about 6'3", 210, redshirt sophomore. Now, had, about 150 tackles over the 2 years that he was starting there, but that's part of the problem, is that he's not overly experienced. He hasn't even had 3 full years of college ball, so recognition could be an issue for him. He does hit like a ton of bricks, but a lot of those big hitters sometimes don't wrap up like they need to. So he's going to have to work on that a little bit, and also some read recognition against the run.
Will almost definitely be a top 5 safety in the class, potentially a top 3 safety in a class where you might not see a safety go in the first round in the 2024 draft. Final player, Roman Wilson, the 70th overall pick to the Giants, wide receiver out of Michigan. Paul, not huge numbers in Michigan because they rarely throw the football, but if you watch him on tape, he's really fast. He knows how to separate. Makes a lot of tough catches, got a good set of hands, and makes some big plays in big spots.
Average 16 yards a catch for the Wolverines. Probably a slot receiver because he's got tremendous quick. So probably time in the 4.3s in the combine. Problem being, in the NFL, he doesn't have that extra oomph and strength to get yardage after the catch to drag tacklers. And then the other thing is, quite honestly, against press coverage, he may have some issues because the bigger, stronger guys in this league are going to try to give him a hard time getting off the line.
Of course, you get him in the slot off the ball, it mitigates some of that
it should help.
Press coverage stuff, and they expect him to run in the high 4.3s. And obviously, when you have that type of speed, that can scare people off coverage pretty fast. For Paul Dottino, I'm John Schmeelk. That's our mock draft tracker presented by Crestron. Thanks for being with us as we continue to track all the mock drafts heading into the 2024 NFL Draft at the end of April.